Okay, for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to make these leather loops, but I do have some recommendations because you need a certain amount of like leverage when you're working to make it, and which I'll show you in a minute. But the problem is, after you've made it, you have a lot of cord left over. I mean, you need it to make it, but then after it's made, you've got a lot of cord. So what I recommend, let's say let me make one, and then I'll tell you what the solution to the problem is. It's actually really cool. So you need to measure 16 inches of cord, and right now I'm using a 1.5 millimeter leather. So you take 16. And these loops are really cool because you could add them like on bracelets for like button loops, and they just look really like cool. So I'm going to measure a pin and a clip an inch apart on the board, and it's just so I can give you the anatomy of this because it can be confusing if you've never made one. You know what? I'm going to switch to my other board here so that way you can like see the cool angle. So let me put this one in here. This is one that I kind of rigged up so that when I'm making things like this, you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. So let's use this one instead. Okay. So you measure 2 inches over, and then you put the short side on the bottom. Let me get this out of the bottom here. And then you make just like a regular like moose knot. So, and this one, I'm going to wrap it like, I like a lot of wraps for these guys. It just looks better. Let's do a 5 wrap, or maybe a 6 wrap. Yeah, let's go for 6. Why not? Okay, so it's like a regular moose knot, except that, and I mean, this is the tricky part where you're just like, what? You're gonna feed it through, and if you fed it through and tightened it, it will look just like, a moose knot. But what we need to do is feed this cord through, and then come back through. So you want to kind of make these to where there's like enough like space in there for it to come back through again. So I'm going to feed this through like that. And then I'm going to come back through again. Okay. So right there. So this is where it can get like confusing, but it's just like a regular moose knot. So this cord here, it will like, see when you pull on it, it's going to tighten. So what we need to do is like take it off and then like tighten it the rest of the way. So let me let me switch boards again because this one is maybe we can do this. Let's do this. So you take it off. Let me scoot the board over. And then you have to, you know what I need this one. Let's just do that. So then you come over here and you have to tighten it. And it's kind of weird. Okay, that one, okay, so if you pull on this one, that's not tightening it, but so then this one's going to tighten it. Okay, perfect. And now the at this point, I mean, it's better if you already have a plan or you already know what size button is going to go through the loops, because this is a very right now it's very adjustable before you put the glue on, because you can make these loops like bigger or smaller, just depending on like what you're going to do there. I mean, there's so many, like you could put like a large whole bead on here before you connect it to something. I mean, it's just so many things that you can do. But let's just say we're going to come in here, and it's going to be like a small one like this. So what you would do is you would trim here, here, and then put a GS hypo cement right in, like a generous amount right into the those parts right there so that it doesn't come apart. But the problem is, I mean, that's a lot of cord left over. That's like what, like 5 inches. So what I do when I make these, I make them like 3 at a time. So let me move this, and then I'll show you what I do. So I'm just gonna have, now that you basically know how this is done, I'm gonna like use this board. So I'm gonna, so that one, it was like 16. I'm gonna go 16, then 16, and then 16. And you could do it as many times as you want. So that way you're not wasting like so much cord. So you get your 2 inches, you put the long cord on top, and then you do your moose knot. So I'm going to do a 5 wrap. So there's 2, 3, 4, 5. And, like I said, it would be like a normal moose knot, which, I'll show you that now just because I think it's going to, excuse me, help you like understand like what's going on. Because if I were to pull this through and just not go back through, it would be like, like I made a regular moose knot, like, like I do in a lot of my videos where I either connect a pendant or I, use this at the end part of, bracelet or something. But since we're going to go back through, it's going to be a little different. So let me get this off and do that again. So 2 inches, this cord on top. You don't want to, you want to do it like, you want to do it like gently, like lazy and loose, because we need to feed it back through. So I don't get like fanatical on how tight I wrap it around the post. I just do it like really like easy and like kind of lazy daisy. So you take this out, hold, don't take your finger off because it will pop like off. So you're just gonna come in here and get all these through. And now you're gonna feed this end back through all the loops. Okay. And see how this part would have been like the one I showed before. This is the waist part. But now, since the waist part is long enough, we can use it as part of our next loop. So we got to come in here and find the one. It is kind of tricky at first because this is the side right here that got fed like back through. So if I pull that, it's not going to tighten it, but so you pull this side here. So that's what's going to get it nice and tight. And now you can adjust the loops to whatever size you want. Let's say we're going to do something like that. You just make sure it's nice and like super tight. Let's wait, don't pull that one. Just get it to the size you want before you cut it. I'm going to take this off, trim right in here. And what I do is I get the GS Hypo Cement and put a nice big blob in there. And there you have this loop. And see now this section here that was going to be the waist is useful because you didn't, so the most you wasted was maybe, a couple of inches of cord. So we can, I don't know how many, I think the most I make is maybe 3 or 4 at a time because then, the cord that you have to wrap, it just becomes like crazy long. But these loops can be used on bracelets, necklaces, If you don't, if you just wait before you trim it, you can make them like bigger, smaller. I mean, there's a bunch of different things. I've used them on my bead crochet, like some of the pearl knotting. Let me see if I have something here. You know, I don't think I do, but those are some of the things that I've, used these. I mean, you just got to get creative, and you know, of course, when I want one, I can't find one, but they are really cool, and that is how I make them. So this one, I don't. This is an old way, but I don't like it anymore, so I'm just going to toss it aside because I think this way is much better. It's a lot more secure, and it works better, especially like with like the coated leathers that can be kind of slippery. So I'll do one more in case you're like, girl, I don't understand what you're talking about. Okay, because I know that sometimes teaching things like differently is helpful. So let's see, 2 inches, long side on top, loosey-goosey moose knot. Okay, not too tight. So, and the cool thing is you can, let's do like a mega loop one. Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. Let's see, 5, 6. Ooh, that's a big one. But why not, right? Okay, so hold everything. Oh my goodness, this is a challenge for me. Okay, let's get this out. I'm gonna feed this in. Can she do it? Did I do something wrong? No. Ooh, let's get that there. Okay, now I'm gonna get that back through. You have to go through all the loops, including the one on the don't. Come on, come on, come on. Ooh, perfect. Okay, now we're in business. Okay, so now we take it off. Okay, and then we got to find that one, the one that we didn't, the side that didn't get. Oh, there it is. I found it. Ooh, I feel it, I think. Yep. Okay. So that's the side that didn't get. Okay, tighten it. Nice and tight. Perfect. And you'll know because if this one's the one coming back out, I mean, it's the one that you just put back in, put in there. Well, this one looks nice. Ooh, I think I like the big ones. They look so good. And the advantage of the big one is honestly, it's going to be more secure. Look at that. So let's see, let's tighten this. Then from here, you could just make it like I said, whatever like size you want. And ooh, that one looks good. I like that. So I guess, yeah, that's good. I like it. Huh. Let's trim that and ooh, that's pretty. I love it. Anyway, that is how it's done. I hope you figured it out. Boom, boom. Just moose knot and then go back through. All right, guys, I'll see you in the next lesson.